Well, good morning, everybody, and Shabbat Shalom. So last minute, so Sue couldn't be with us this morning. She wasn't feeling well, so we'll have to be praying for her as well. But this is her time for the Drash, so I was scrambling last minute a little bit. But we definitely miss you, Sue, if you're watching online with us, and thank you so much for contributing to the Drash today. So I'm reading her words that she wrote, so from the portion of Bo. So in this Torah portion, Exodus 10, 1 through 13, 16, chapter 12 says, Adonai spoke to Aaron and Moshe in the land of Egypt. He said, you are to begin your calendar with this month. It will be the first month of the year for you. Speak to the assembly of Israel and say, on the 10th day of this month, each man is to take a lamb or a kid for his family, one per household, except that if the household is too small for a whole lamb or kid, then he and his next door neighbor should share one, dividing it into portions to the number of the people eating it. Your animal must be without defect and a male in its first year, and you may choose it from either the sheep or the goats. You are to keep it until the 14th day of the month, and the entire assembly of the community of Israel will slaughter it at dusk. They are to take some of the blood and smear it on the two sides of the top of the door frame at the entrance of the house in which they eat it. That night they are to eat the meat roasted in the fire. They are to eat it with matzah and maror, that's bitter herbs, and let nothing of it remain till morning. If any of it does remain burnt, burn it up completely. If any of it remains, burn it up completely. Here is how you are to eat it: with your belt fastened and your shoes on your feet and your staff in your hand, and you are to eat it hurriedly. It is Adonai's Pesach, and that means Passover. For that night I will pass through the land of Egypt and kill all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both men and animals, and I will execute judgment against all the gods of Egypt. I am Adonai. The blood will serve you as a sign, marking the houses where you are and where you are. When I see the blood, I will pass over you. When I strike the land of Egypt, the death blow will not strike you. This will be a day for you to remember and celebrate as a festival to Adonai from generation to generation. You are to celebrate it by a perpetual regulation. For 7 days you are to eat matzah, so that's unleavened bread. On the first day, remove the leaven from your houses. For whoever eats chametz, or leaven, from the first to the 7th day will be cut off from Israel. You're to observe the festival of matzah, for on this very day I brought you your divisions out of the land of Egypt. Moshe told the leaders of Israel, in addition to the instructions also, told them, none of you is to go out of his house until morning. You are to observe this as a law, you and your descendants forever. When your children ask you, what do you mean by this ceremony? You say to them, it is the sacrifice of Adonai. It's Adonai's Pesach, because Adonai passed over the houses of the people of Israel in Egypt when he killed the Egyptians, but spared our houses. The people of Israel bowed their heads and worshipped. Then the people of Israel went and did as Adonai had ordered them, ordered Moshe and Aaron. That is what they did. This is a huge event in history in that their lives were spared, the Jewish people in Egypt. It was a true miracle, but not without risk. For example, Moshe told the leaders of the assembly that no one was to leave their houses until morning. They needed to follow the conditions and instructions exactly and even work together with their neighbors to fulfill this. They had to put their trust and faith in God, that he would fulfill his promises, without knowing what the future held and his provisions for them and expectations. Every Passover, we have the opportunity and requirement to be grateful for our lives and for all that we receive as well. We should exercise thankfulness every day because it helps us remain positive in the face of many obstacles and difficulties we all face. If we can learn to lower our expectations and remain flexible, then disappointments will bring about greater and deeper appreciation when things turn around and we see the beauty in our lives. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. So thank you, Sue. Good job.